Coming up, NDSU student government holds the first student body presidential debate.
The NDSU bookstore holds the trophy that brought over 10,000 fans to Texas.
And NDSU baseball sweeps the Gophers.
This is SUTV News, and it starts now.
Welcome to SUTV News. I'm Aaron Berner.
And I'm Nicole Johnson. North Dakota State University student body elections are underway. The first debates were held this afternoon in Thundar's Den.
Each of the candidates talked about their platform issues. The major concern of this year's campaign is the legislative session and campus funding.
Creating relationships with local and state legislators, making sure we as students are ready to go into Bismarck come January and make sure that we have a correct funding model and make sure students are well represented when it comes to bills.
With this campaign, educating students on the fact that we receive $13 million less per year than UND, or we receive somewhere around $4,200 per student, and there's schools in our state that are receiving $9,000 or $10,000 per student. The disparity is, first of all, unexplainable, and it's really causing problems here at NDSU. So we need to make sure that we're on top of this issue, and it needs to be something that we're spending significant amounts of time on.
The next debate will be held March 28th, and voting begins Tuesday, April 3rd at 8 a.m.
The search for a new dean of the College of Math and Science at NDSU has ended. NDSU's Provost Bruce Rayford has announced that Scott Wood is the new dean. Wood, the Dean of Science at the University of Idaho, Moscow, replaces Kevin McCall, who is retiring after serving 6 years as dean. Scott Wood is expected to join NDSU in July.
Students were drawn to the NDSU bookstore Wednesday for a unique treat. The fun kicked off at 10 a.m. with free ice cream. While waiting in line, students could indulge themselves in another kind of treat, a picture with the National Football Championship trophy. After traveling around Fargo, the trophy was returned to campus where students could get a snapshot that will remind them of the championship game. The photos will be posted to Facebook later this week.
It's cool seeing all the guys carrying around the trophy and stuff, and now I get to be up personal with it and stuff, so it's really cool.
We saw the trophy was available to tour. We decided to bring it to the bookstore so that more people could see it, have their picture taken with it, and kind of enjoy that experience.
You know, it's been a few months since we went down to Texas, but it's still really amazing. I mean, we won a national championship.
Yeah, it never gets old. They've been getting a lot of news on the football team. Well, coming up, an NDSU team wins awards in an engineering competition to reduce emissions. We'll tell you how they are making winter sports cleaner after this.
With MapBus being the easiest, greenest, and most efficient way to get around North Dakota State University, there's tons of reasons to MapBus.
I'm MapBus to get to class on time. I don't have to use my car, waste gas, or waste time finding parking spots. I'm MapBus because the hybrid buses not only help our community and the state, but also helping our world.
I'm MapBus not only to get around campus, but to get around the Fargo community. The 25 different routes get me anywhere I need to be.
There are many reasons to MapBus. Come find yours.
Join the herd. Be MapBus strong.
Jimmy John's, America's favorite sandwich. Delivery guys.
Steps up, throws deep. Holloway is there at the 5. Down at the 2.
SUTV News is being brought to you by Stop and Go. Stop and Go. We're always there.
Welcome back. This is SUTV News. It isn't every day that students can hear in person a presentation from a prominent government official, but next Monday, students will get a chance.
The Acting Assistant Secretary of Public Affairs for the U.S. Department of State, Michael Hammer, will visit NDSU Monday for separate presentations to faculty and students. Hammer will present to faculty from 2 to 3 p.m. and to students from 4 to 5 p.m. Students will learn about internships, fellowships, and career opportunities at the U.S. Department of State in Washington, D.C.
This winter, several students have taken steps to reduce admissions in one winter activity. A group of student engineers from an area redesigned a snowmobile for Clean Snowmobile Challenge earlier this month. The NDSU team took 4th place and won several awards in the challenge, in which they took a stock snowmobile and re-engineered it. The goal was to reduce emissions and noise and to increase fuel efficiency while preserving the performance of the sled.
NDSU architecture students have spent the last few weeks designing a dwelling for an unusual client. While the students generally design homes for people, a recent design competition had them designing for the birds. The Architecture for the Birds competition, now on display at the Plains Art Museum, asks students to design a home for a specific bird species. While working on the project, the students had to consider habitat and environment, family size, spatial requirements, and habits of the birds. Students were also challenged to integrate the design philosophy of an architect who had previously won the International Pritzker Award. Designing for the birds, however, provided some...
You know, it's easy to put yourself in the shoes of another client sometimes. You know, another person, you can imagine it a little bit. A bird is something a little more challenging, right? So they really have to get to know the bird pretty well and try to understand its habitat, because most of these students haven't really taken up bird watching and birding, you know.
The public can cast their votes for the People's Choice Award at the museum. The exhibit will be featured until April 1st.
Well, Aaron, I heard a couple of the birds that they were designing for were chickadees and screech owls. I don't know if I'd know where to start with that one.
Yeah, when I was younger, we had birdhouses with just little holes in them for those tiny birds. I don't even know how to design a house for a screech owl. Well, NDSU's on-campus newspaper received recognition and awards for its hard work. We'll tell you more after we show you this week's campus calendar.
College is the time to explore career opportunities and cultivate networking skills. Online social networking websites such as LinkedIn make this easier than ever. With LinkedIn, you can network with other professionals, search and apply for jobs, and strategically market yourself to potential employers. So let's talk tech. As a specific type of social networking, LinkedIn is dedicated to connecting professionals from a variety of career fields. No matter your major, LinkedIn is a fantastic tool that college students can use to jumpstart their professional careers. To sign up with LinkedIn, all you need is your name and an email address. From there, you can choose from several options to create a personal profile showcasing your previous work experience and education. LinkedIn also gives you the ability to upload your resume for potential employers to view. You can also use critical information from your resume to fill out the key elements of your LinkedIn profile. Next, you can begin building a network of people you know or would like to connect with. These can include coworkers, supervisors, classmates, and potential employers. Find these contacts by searching for their name and/or email address and click the Add to My Network link on their profile page. For the soon-to-be graduates interested in finding a job, LinkedIn also offers a job search function that connects you with your dream employers. Some job postings will even give you the opportunity to apply directly through LinkedIn. The LinkedIn job search is also a great tool current students can use to explore the job market and research employer expectations. With over 100 million users, LinkedIn is the world's largest online professional network. So create a free account today and jumpstart your career.
Welcome back. You're watching SUTV News. Channel 84 on the NDSU campus is getting a new and more efficient face.
The Bison Information Network is integrating an automation system into the channel. The new system will contain a variety of updates, including weather and traffic information. With the technology, the channel will be more automated with programs playing at specific times thanks to a scheduling system and a DVD changer that can hold several hundred DVDs. Members of the Bison Information Network believe the changes will help to move the organization forward.
We can program it ahead of time. It'll run itself. It'll control all the programs, all the machines, and just make it real easy for us. And we can also access this remotely from home or from another office and modify it if necessary.
A student media outlet on campus has received major recognition. The Spectrum, NDSU's campus newspaper, won 3 major awards and 2 individual awards at the Associated Collegiate Press's Best of the Midwest College Newspaper Convention. The paper took 2nd place for its regular print edition, 3rd place for its website, and 5th place for a special edition on the Bison football team's national championship. Also, individuals Riley Nelson and Kate Eckergren both won individual awards in photography.
We put in a lot of effort, and we've been working harder this year than we have in as long as I've been working here. So for us to actually get some recognition for what we've done, it really did give us a second wind, a reason to keep wanting to move forward.
The contest included schools from far away as New York. The Spectrum is available weekly on Tuesday and Friday.
Saving money during the winter months just got easier. NDSU's Extension Service developed a mobile device application that will help people determine what new heating appliances will be the most efficient. The app includes a fuel comparison calculator and a home energy checklist. The comparison calculator is as easy as typing in the fuel type, cost per unit, and efficiency percent. Since fuel prices are changing at a constant rate, this will give users the fuel that is least expensive at the given time. The app also includes energy-saving tips that will tell people the best way to save money and energy. The app can be downloaded for free for both Android and Apple devices.
A local student will be given a chance to make her dream of changing the world come true. Amy Nash, an NDSU graduate student, has been selected to participate in the Clinton Global Initiative University.
Nash was selected to participate based on her Stability Action Plan. The Campus Stability Plan could be expanded to the city of Fargo and could eventually become a statewide action.
Of unbroken ground for NDSU students is unbroken ground for NDSU or North Dakota citizens and residents of the city, so it's kind of a unique opportunity.
A few of the speakers will include Bill Clinton, Chelsea Clinton, and Jon Stewart from The Daily Show. The event will be held March 30th through April 1st in Washington, D.C.
Right now, the Hunger Games movie is a hot topic being talked about by college students at NDSU.
With the new movie being released tomorrow, Sidewalk Stampede set out to find out what students' plans are for the big opening.
Okay, I haven't read the Hunger Games books, but I am going to go to the midnight premiere on Thursday with my group of friends. I already got my ticket, so I'm ready to go.
All right, I've read all 3 of the Hunger Games books and extremely excited for the movie, and I'm going with a bunch of friends Thursday night, and I can't wait.
I've never heard of that. Never heard of Hunger Games.
I hadn't read the books, but I had heard that they were really good, so the one thing I managed to accomplish over my spring break was I spent a whole 2 nights and finished it, so yeah, I'm gonna have to say I have to go sometime this upcoming weekend.
A couple of my friends actually brought it up earlier this week. They wanted to go on Friday, so we're hoping to go. I haven't heard if he has tickets yet though, so I'm thinking we might end up going a little bit later, depending on how many people are there.
Oh, well, I'm going with all of my roommates, and I live with 7 other girls, so we're all going to see it together. And we got reserved seating in the ultra screen, so we're pretty excited.
All right, well, here with us now is sports anchor Morgan Lubin. For those that don't know, The Hunger Games is a popular book and soon-to-be movie that's being actually released tomorrow. I'm pretty excited. Are you guys going to see it?
Well, I haven't read the books yet, so I think I'm going to wait until after I read the books to see it.
You know, I was thinking about going at midnight. We'll see how many tickets are left, I suppose.
Well, they're hot. They're selling fast.
I bet they are. Well, coming up next in sports, we'll take a look at the NDSU Football Pro Day.
With MapBus being the easiest, greenest, and most efficient way to get around North Dakota State University, there are tons of reasons to MapBus.
I'm at bus to get to class on time. I don't have to use my car, waste gas, or waste time finding a parking spot. I'm at bus because their hybrid buses not only help our community and our state, but they're also helping our world.
I'm at bus not only to get around campus, but to get around the Fargo community. The 25 different routes get me anywhere I need to be.
There are many reasons to Matt Bus. Come find yours.
Join the herd. Be Matt Bus strong.
There's always something happening on the NDSU campus. Catch it all on SUTV News on Cable 1, Channel 14. Brought to you in part by Shields and Stop and Go.
SUTV Sports is being brought to you by Shields. Ready for your next big adventure? Welcome to Shields.
Welcome back. Once again, Bison Athletics have defeated a Gopher team. Bison Baseball traveled to Minneapolis and defeated the Gophers 7-0 on Tuesday night. The game Wednesday night, however, was a little more exciting. To Minneapolis now inside the Metrodome. We'll start off in the bottom of the 7th. Dan Olinger hits an RBI single. Bison could not make the play. The Gophers go up 5-2. They scored 5 runs in the 7th. Top of the 8th, now Nick Anderson gets a hold of one deep right field. It's a triple. The Bison tie the game at 5 as he slides in safely into third base. Still now in the top of the 8th, Tim Colwell hits it. It's going to stay just fair down the left field line. It'll be good for a double. It will score Anderson. The Bison will go up 6-5. They win their 8th straight with that score.
Signs of a good team is the fight that we showed in the top of the 8th and put 4 back to give us a 1-run lead. Those are signs of a good team.
The Bison have won 8 straight and will play UND Saturday, April 1st. They will finally return home April 10th against Valley City State. Former NDSU head football coach and athletic director Ron Earhart has passed away. Earhart was 81. He ended his career at NDSU as the winningest coach in history with 3 undefeated seasons and 2 college division national titles. After NDSU, Earhart moved to the NFL where he was the head coach of the Patriots. He also was an assistant coach for the Giants and the Steelers, where he won a total of 3 Super Bowl rings. Funeral arrangements have not yet been made. The Bison head football coach Rocky Hager has received a new coaching job. Next season, Hager will be the offensive line coach for Bryant University in Rhode Island. Bryant U is a Division I program that plays in the Northeastern Conference. Hager won two national championships, one in 1988 and 1999. The dream of getting a chance to play in the NFL may become a reality for a group of Bison football players. 6 seniors from the national championship team showed off their talents in front of NFL scouts in their annual Pro Day Wednesday. Scouts from 7 NFL teams, including Minnesota, San Francisco, Jacksonville, Arizona, Pittsburgh, New Orleans, and Seattle, administered several tests of skill and strength. Taking part was tight end Matt Velman, running back DJ McNorton, safeties Daniel Eves and John Pike, defensive end Coulter Boyer, and kicker Ryan Jastrom.
Good. Come on. Here we go. Last 2 months I've been training real hard. You know, this is my one shot here, and I've been blessed, extremely blessed to be able to get this opportunity. And I'm thankful I've been able to do it and stay healthy. And hopefully when April comes around, my name's going to get called.
You know, it's an opportunity for these seniors to really measure their physical skills, and they're gaining a lot of exposure, which we think is great for them, and it's also great for NDSU.
With conference play underway, the Bison softball players are dedicated to having a successful season. They have been off to a strong start, led by a senior and a freshman. SUTV Sports Director Jake Sheeta has more on the Bison softball team.
With 19 wins in their first 30 games, NDSU softball is off to a hot start. They finished all 4 of their first tournaments with a 3-2 record.
I think a lot of it is just the girls have kind of been really getting focused in the games and stuff, you know, and the tough competition that we played in some of the tournaments has really, really made us focus a lot harder because we've had to play good competition along the way.
The team has played 5 of their first 30 games against teams ranked top 25 nationally. They lost all 5 games, but 2 of those losses were by only 1 run.
It's what you dream about when you're little, and just stepping on the field, like when we played Bama, just stepping on that field, starting it like in that game. It was pretty crazy.
With the weather in Fargo, the Bison have been practicing indoors. This causes some difficulty when it comes to playing games outdoors.
For the outfielders, they don't really get to see pop flies. Infielders don't get to take anything on dirt, but we make do with what we have, and we definitely don't use it as an excuse.
Playing on the road so much does present a great opportunity to travel, however.
We leave and then we get into 70, 80 degree weather. It's perfect. It's like a little spring break every time.
What is the ultimate goal that the team has this season?
Our main goal is to be a champion of the conference, both regular season and then conference tournaments, but we know that's a long road ahead, and hopefully if things work well, we can get back to an NCAA region.
The Bison are now starting conference play and hope to continue success. With the weather in Fargo improving, the women can now start practicing and playing outdoors. Jake Cheetah reporting for SUTV Sports.
The Bison will play 3 games against Oakland this weekend. They play their first home series against IPFW beginning March 30th. Players and fans alike were shocked when head coach Pete Quadrato announced he was leaving North Dakota State University after spending 9 years with the Bison to take another head coaching position at Wyoming. Their associate head coach took a new position shortly after. SUTV Sports reporter Danielle Boldeno has more.
The newly orphaned Bison were starting to lose hope at ever finding a suitable replacement for their head coach. Then Mark Cook came along, bringing in a positive attitude.
I feel like at first we were a little bit heartbroken, but we didn't let it affect us, and every morning we would go out and still train our heart out and waited for the outcome.
Cook has served as the director of the program in the Twin Cities for 11 years. This will be his first time ever coaching at the collegiate level.
You know, my goal right now is just to bring a lot of passion, a lot of hard work. I think I've got a really good knowledge of the game. I'd like to bring a good style of soccer, and most important, I want the kids to have a great experience.
The spring season has already proved tough, with the Bison losing 10 seniors last fall, but with their new coach, the team is breathing a sigh of relief.
I think it's been really well. Mark has made the transition very easy for us, and he's been very calm and understanding with us. He's a really good coach, and I really like the style of play he's bringing to us, and I think we're going to be a good team with it.
The future looks bright for NDSU soccer.
The transition's actually gone pretty easily. My goal in the beginning was to come in and not make too many changes, not to really ruffle a lot of feathers. I just wanted to come in and kind of ease them into my style of coaching.
As the Bison women's soccer team continues to bond through the adversity in the Metro Rec, they will soon take their practices outside once the weather permits. This is Danielle Boldeno.
The Bison will be on the road later this spring as they take on Sioux Falls and Iowa State April 14th and 15th. Well, back to the Bison football team now. How sweet would it be to see some of the players playing in the NFL?
Well, I think it would be pretty cool. I mean, you see all these players, well, on TV all the time, but it would be nice to be able to turn on the TV and see something that we can something really close to home.
It really would.
Yeah. Well, with the mild winter and not a lot of snowfall, Fargo residents are not finding many reasons to sandbag. We'll tell how the Red River is staying tame after this.
Steps up, throws deep. Holloway is there at the 5. Count at the 2. Touchdown, Bison.
Hello, Jimmy John's?
Who ordered Jimmy John's?
Jimmy John's, America's favorite sandwich delivery guys.
There's always something happening on the NDSU campus. Catch it all on SUTV News on Cable 1, Channel 14. Brought to you in part by Shields and Stop and Go.
Welcome back to SUTV News. A usual spring in the valley generally consists of sandbags, levees, and rising floodwaters. This year, however, the flood is nowhere to be seen. The Red River crested Monday morning at 17.1 feet, well shy of the 38.75-foot crest last spring. The river was above the 18-foot flood stage for a record 77 days last year. In 2009, the river crested at a record 40.84 feet, which caused the evacuation of thousands of people in the Fargo-Moorhead area. This year, however, the valley saw only 27 inches of snowfall, just over half of the usual 50 inches. According to the National Weather Service, the drought-like conditions are to blame for the low crest.
Well, you know, last year we were all out sandbagging, so it's quite a relief that it's going to be different this year.
Well, that's true. I mean, I did sandbag my first year, and I did it with friends, so it was actually kind of fun, but it's certainly good for the community that the river isn't flooding.
Yeah, you know, I'm a freshman, so I haven't had the great experience of sandbagging yet, and I think I'm okay with holding off at least another year.
At least for a while. Well, thank you for watching SUTV News. Be sure to pick up your copy of The Spectrum and check us out at www.ndsubin.com. We'll leave you with some video of the NDSU election season getting underway. Have a good night.